for the cheap price of about £85 million was signing a Lille player who's had one good World Cup campaign. What is this fucking market? I can't lie. I'm not sure about this. Anderson, for me, yes, I understand the market's a bit fucked. I kind of justified that by the fact that he is the profile that we need. BOUADDI, yes, he might be the profile that we need if players leave, but I've just watched Spain tonight. Spain are in a World Cup final. One of the main reasons they've got this far is because of Rodri. If I see Rodri leaving and I see BOUADDI coming in, no offence to the lad, he might be good. He's got potential. 85 mil. What are we doing here? But if I find out that Rodri isn't accepting a contract, and the reason is we weren't offering him money when we've gone out and signed Elliot Anderson, reported that we've put him on like 300k a week as well. Come on, we can't give Rodri that money, but we can give Elliot Anderson it. Now we talk about potential with BOUADDI. He is seemingly highly rated. He has apparently got a lot of potential. He has had a good World Cup with Morocco. He is 18, so if we get him in and he plays well, we could have him for a long time. That's very good and all. But for the amount of money you're paying, I don't care how fucked a market is, you cannot be paying £85 million for potential. I've been seeing fellow City fans like myself online saying, oh, it's good, we'll bring him in, he'll be a rotation player. Rotation. He's costing £85 million. How are we having someone that costs that much on the fucking bench? I've been hearing this bloke's name for probably like the last 6 months by various people. He's been like to a couple of different clubs. Apparently been playing well for Lille. I made a video not too long ago where I said we need to stop talking about players we haven't watched. This video here, well, the thumbnail, you have to go and check it out yourself. Yeah. Get those views up, mate. But what I didn't bring up in that video is the way people talk about players that they've never watched. They've watched some highlight reels. Why? Just because they've been linked to their club. I'm hearing people talk about this bloke like he is a certified star already, like he's going to win the Ballon d'Or in 2 years or something. How do we know? We have seen this so many times before. One of the most popular players to kind of, I don't know, we played for Porto, but kind of spring out of the World Cup, to the world stage for all of us to see, it was James Rodriguez. Now, James Rodriguez, after the World Cup, got bought by Real Madrid. He's also played for Bayern, he's played for Everton, he's played for some big fucking clubs. But even he has never really worked out. And he might have been good at Lille, fair enough. But how many times do we, as English Premier League fans, even lower league fans, fucking grill that league for how shit it is, barring PSG, and yet we're sitting here raving about a bloke who plays in that league? Make it make fucking sense. And I go back to the market, I look at what other clubs are doing. That shite over there have just got Yuri Tielemans for 35 mil. Now people say Yuri Tielemans is 29 years old, BOUADDI's 18. Yes, but one of them's costing 85 mil and the other's costing 35 million pounds. That's a 50 mil difference. And we're talking about one of them who cost the 85 mil, who's just potential. He could be something. Tielemans, yes, okay, he's not top 2 footballers in the world, but he's experienced. Now, I don't necessarily know if he's the kind of player that we need in particular, but if players out there like Tielemans are going for that money, why not get someone more experienced? You can't spend the money that we spend and expect to see it as a rebuild. Fans are going to expect us, whether that's just rival fans or whatnot, to be competing for the league. And realistically, if Liverpool last summer spent 200, 300 mil on 2 players, we all said they have to win the league. Well, if we get BOUADDI in, we've done the fucking same on 2 players. Now, I know it sounds like I've gone on a rant. Both of them might be decent players. We might be better off with these players. And don't get me wrong, look, I'm not really going to be asked if in a couple of years they come in, they slot straight into the team, they play really well, because then we get them for 10 years and they're going to be well worth the money, aren't they? So I'm not really too bothered if that happens. But I just think, as it stands right now, yes, okay, he didn't have the greatest of seasons last season, but we bought Tajani Reinders for £55 million last season, who just came off the back of a season where I think he was the top scorer in like central midfielder or something across all of Europe's top 5 leagues. Like, yes, like I said, he didn't come in and do well, but we were buying something that was kind of proven. He played in the Champions League as well. You got Ryan Cherky, who I don't know if he'd ever played in the Champions League, but he played in Europe. £30 million. This is the same Hugo Viana was behind these signings. Donnarumma for 25 mil. Now look, these two players could come in, and like I said, if they do very well, I'm not going to be bothered. But this talk about potential is doing my fucking head in. Now, I've only watched BOUADDI at the World Cup, really. I'm not going to act like I've watched him play for fucking Lille. I'm not going to do that. But these players might be potential. They might be for the future. But potential to me, even in this market, is 30, 40, 50 mil. Not 85 mil. 85 mil is someone that you're bringing in to be a starting player. You have to start and you have to make an impact straight away. Otherwise, you're going to get grilled. It's like if you're at a club and you're bringing an experienced manager. If you're an experienced manager, regardless of who you're coming in from, say for instance from Pep, you're going to be expected to perform straight away because you've got the back catalogue that shows that you should be able to perform with what you're given. Whereas if you get an inexperienced one who's got a bit, you could do something in the future, then you give them a bit more time. That's not going to apply to these players. They have not got time. They have to come in and perform. I find it mad. Yes, okay, is BOUADDI better than Rodri? No, if we keep Rodri, obviously Rodri should start. But if you seriously think they're going to buy someone for £85 million and keep him on the bench every week, I'm sorry. Even in today's market, even into the world of football today, you've lost your fucking head. There's no way they're not starting him. And I just don't see personally how you can base someone off of one good season with Lille, who I don't even think were in the Champions League, and a couple of good games in the World Cup. I literally looked it up. He's played 5 games. 5 games in the World Cup. Come on. Are we really using that as judgment to say he's good enough for a team that we're expecting to try and carry on what Guardiola did with us and compete for the league and maybe win the league? Come on. Is that good enough? I don't know. Look, if we got him for a bit cheaper, because at the minute it just says we're pushing for him, so this is obviously going to be Lille's valuation. If we can get that down a bit, then maybe in a couple of weeks, if it comes out that he's like 50, 60 mil, give him, the world of football today. Okay, I don't mind that, but 85 mil for me, based on what he has done so far, regardless of what his potential is, that is crazy. That is crazy, I'm sorry. What are your thoughts on BOUADDI as a player? Does he come in and what kind of impact does he make to us? Does it affect Rodri? It looks like one of them or Nico Gonzalez is leaving, probably potentially both. And finally, is he worth the money? This is just for the BOUADDI deal, £85 million, like I said. Is he worth the money? I don't think so. Could be a decent player, but let's see. Up the fucking Blues.